Is your Toyota Prius leaking inside the 12-volt battery compartment? Do you look down and you see like a 2-inch water level inside there? Well, there is a way to fix it. Apparently it's a very common problem in these Toyota Priuses. And this is probably one of my favorite cars, and I've had dozens of cars. So I want to keep this one for a very long time. And making sure that water does not get into the system is a great idea. It's very simple. All you're going to need is some silicone, some time with some alcohol, and clean everything out, and you should have a almost new Toyota Prius. Let's get started. So you're going to have to remove all the stuff from inside of the Prius just so you can look at the water damage. One of the problems with the Priuses, they all seem to have this. They start to leak water down this channel. Because mine is going to the battery, it's going down this channel, and one of the things you need to do is look for cracks along the rubber gasket on top. There is water all over underneath the battery. The battery is actually sitting on maybe 2 inches of water. So we need to figure out why the water is getting in. The first thing that we're going to do is spray the area and just get all the gunk out. So this Prius has been repaired here. You can see there's a little bit of silicone here because the water is channeling down here. And what it's doing is that it's going behind this lens, the housing, and then into the battery. You can tell because when you pop off the plastic off of here, you'll see a little bit of corrosion in the body. We're going to seal it up just a little bit more, but I don't think that's the cause. It's going down here. Up here, this is where a lot of the water in these Priuses comes in. You need to pull this back like that. We're going to take some it is a shame that all of these Priuses seem to leak from here, but this is usually where the culprit is, and it's a shame. You don't want water getting into your battery. Alright, using some rubbing alcohol, I'm going to clean the surface area on both sides. Bob it out and just clean this really well. Pull that back too. Where, actually, the alcohol is going into the crack. I'm looking at it. The crack is right in here. It runs from here all the way down, and there's an additional crack down here. So all of this seems to has a hairline crack. What I'm using are Q-tips and some alcohol, some rubbing alcohol. This is where it's coming at. There's a couple of cracks. There's one right over here, and then a little bit of a bigger gap here. It might be a little bit difficult to see here. I'm trying to get the camera in a way to see it, but right there's a crack, and then right over here the metals actually has a little bit of a rise there. There's also another crack going down here. So we are going to be putting some sealant. You could use silicone. Put it in there just very thinly. You probably should use some sort of runny silicone with your fingers, and that should stop the leak. One of the things we'll be using is either silicone, and you can just get like a tube like this. I do have some windshield glass sealant, and this should work. Add a little bit, and you can use your finger to push it down. It should create a nice seal. So now that the sealant is in place, all you have to do is let this dry and make sure no gunk and stuff gets in there. And you might want to clean this this rubber gasket on top as well. Make sure there's no debris. And then we're going to seal it back up, but I'm just going to let it dry. So I put the windshield sealant all over here in this crack, especially that little lip over there that I think the water's getting in. Guys, that's how you fix a Toyota Prius from leaking. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.